We had 72k viewers for that game. Damn, really? Did we actually? Holy fuck. Oh, I got a sniff. I got the sniffs. Why do I have the sniffs? APA tweet, can't wait to clap faker. I mean, he didn't do too bad, honestly. Like, respect to APA. I don't think he did too bad. Not bad so far. Not bad overall. Alright, get me in the next game. By the way, if you're an NA fan in the next game, you should mute me on Twitter. Mute me on Twitter. Because you're gonna get fisted if they lose. If NA loses, you're gonna want to mute me.
Vision. There it is, and now Pioshik is coming down. There, the all-out comes through. The Q's going to land, and Zeus, he knows that he's dead. The Q's going to land beforehand, and Pioshik gets another. But Summit does get the all-out on Deck Carrier. Not going to be able to bail himself out of this one. Bit too expensive, but the Q3 is going to connect, and now Gamushi's in trouble. The arrow's going to connect onto Young, but it was Summit that was the problem. That is going to be the pick-off to start this one. Even the Rift Skull is going to be the king on the Vega from
Look at Jet. Show Jet cam after this fight. Bro, they're playing with Aphelios red purple and they're fighting.
He's gonna get out of the fight as well with Gamushi. He's taken down Yun already. Core JJ, both of them.
So close yet so far, Kobe.
My adrenaline is still pumping from that.
Wait, Vedius is there. Where did he come from?
They just, okay, good banger opening game for Swiss Stage.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Vedius little rat.
Could have had a better ending, but no, that was amazing.
Such a back and forth game. It was amazing to see. Good things out of Team Liquid, but in the end, T1 just saying, no, you actually are not going to get this game from us.
I especially like how proactive Pioshik was. Pioshik
Fraud.
was all over the place, creating plays on Lee Sin. So, yeah.
I mean, the Pioshik Worlds buff, you have to question, is he back in form? You know, like, I'm excited to see. TL, I think, have given us a great intro into what they're capable of, and I think as the tournament progresses...
Okay, I need to run ads one more time, and then there's going to be no ads for the next game, and maybe the next game after that, and then we're done. We're chilling. You can use a sub to avoid if you want, but you don't have to. I should have ran them during the ad break. That was really fucking stupid. My bad.
Grudge match. He's not here, Ender, but this is just EU versus NA. You love to see it, and we're gonna dive straight in with our
the analyst
featured
has basically
matchup
said
presented
EU's
by
gonna win.
Mercedes-Benz, which is in the jungle. Blabber versus El Yoya. Who wants to kick us off?
El
and
Poya,
talk
that's what
about
they call
how
him.
Good Blabber is, Jad.
I mean, I feel like he's the NA Go jungler. I gave him multiple MVP votes throughout the year.
NA Go jungler. I've heard that for 2 years.
Led the league in kills plus assists at 14 minutes for the LCS. He's been able to play many different styles for Cloud9, depending on how the meta has moved. And he's just a student of the game. So I'm a huge Blabber fan.
Student
and I'm
of the
hoping he has
game.
a good showing at this World Championship.
He has a huge champion pool, and he plays a very efficient jungle style. He does not like to drop a lot of his own farm to spend time ganking, but he still pulls off very successful ganks.
Yeah.
So he's one of those junglers that looks for the
You need
best
more
of
shirts? What do you
both
mean? I've
worlds,
got my
tries
Mad
to
t-shirt on
bridge
right now.
the gap, and also focuses way more on bottom lane, and usually
Got my
will
G2 one
lead
right
fight
there.
traps.
That sounds fantastic,
Yeah.
because
We're chilling.
Elyoya
We're chilling.
not had the best year overall.
All right, Yoya, it's time to
Madline
win.
started off strong
Don't
at the
fuck
beginning
with
of the
me.
year, you know, finishing second into first place. Going into MSI, though, since then, they've kind of been struggling. A part of it has been an identity issue where the team has kind of struggled to fit into the meta. But Elyoya, that guy who is like very dominant in the early game, a man who consistently synced up.
Come
with
on,
his
Mad
mid laner,
Lions. Come on.
we
Look,
haven't really been seeing
I
much
know
of
you're
that Elyoya.
1647.
No, that's
I know
what
you
we
lost
need to
both
see.
times in
When it comes
play-ins
to
and never made it
Cloud9,
through.
Jad, I think a
I
lot of
know
people that have been
that
watching
everyone
those
thinks you're
LCS
dog shit.
playoffs think,
And I
where
know
did
no one
you
has
does
any
this
faith.
leave
But-
them? The fact that
but
they got blown
if
out
you
of
could
the
just
water
do
a
this
little
one
bit
thing
by
for us.
NRG
One
in the
thing.
finals.
All we're
So how
asking
do you
is
see
just
them in
beat
this
NA.
game?
They
I don't
were
care if
very
you go
close
1
to
and 3 and
having
get knocked
3-peat.
out.
So
As long
I
as that
feel
one
like
is
they're hoping
C9,
that finals
that's all
was
that
a blip
matters.
rather than
Beat
a
NA,
new
get fucking
indication of their current
15-47
strength.
for all I
They've had
care.
2 months
I
since
don't
that
care.
game.
NA
They've
can't
had a
talk. They
long
lost to
Korean boot camp. I think
15-47
they
then.
can come in with a lot
Or
of confidence, and
14-47.
much
Doesn't
like
matter.
Mad, Cloud9
and
is
then
happy that they were able to
we
draw
will
the
rely
team
on
that they're playing
G2
today.
to
So
actually
they're
do
very
some
confident
do some
coming into
damage, but
matchup.
just
And in
don't
talking
int.
with the team, Cloud9 after finals, they really took that as a wake-up call
Yeah.
and kind of channeled that into practice for Worlds here. So hopefully that amount of time will actually bear some fruit here.
We'll see for the Mad Lions as well. They're the team still the same from when we
'Kay,
saw them
that's
at
the-
MSI. You know, you love to hate
You
them,
didn't
but
fix the
sometimes
audio
they
delay?
just
There is no
win,
audio delay. Is there an
right?
audio delay?
As
I
they
mean,
did
Mad
in
Lions,
spring.
Mad Lions
Or are you
continue
lying?
to surprise when going into the summer
Or are you
season
lying?
finals, or rather the season finals, because they didn't
You're
even qualify for the
lying,
summer
you're
playoffs.
lying,
The
rant.
season finals, they really showcased something that none of us were expecting. 3-0ing XL, who made it all the way to the finals.
XL?
Mad Lions
XL made it to
demonstrated a
Worlds.
brand new play style. Their bot lane, Kazi, was absolutely popping off. This is a team that you never really know what version of them you're going to get. And
Yo,
that's why
XL
I'm
made
very
it to
curious
Worlds.
What kind of Mad Lions
Huge.
we're going to get today.
I'm glad you brought up Karzi though, because he has been insane. I mean, I want to say even carrying the team at some points, and on the other side, of course, he's up versus Berserker.
Who definitely does a lot of carrying for Cloud9. A large portion of Cloud9 games really do revolve around getting some early kills onto Berserker and sweeping over the team fight. So a really, really good featured matchup here between the two AD carries.
Karzi's gonna 1v9.
So important to the win cons for these teams.
Yeah,
I
Karzi
mean,
is gonna
Kazi, you
1v9.
can see him on your screen right
Quick thing,
now
by the
as a
way,
player
if
that
you have a delay
I think has
with
been
my
very
mic
season
and the video, just refresh the stream, and that should fix it.
is. But again, when you look at how he performed in those season finals, he had a monster performance. And having watched a lot of Cloud9's games, it's fascinating because sometimes when the chips are down, you kind of look at Berserker as being that player for C9.
EG forgiven, unforgiven.
Berserker's killing right now?
Yeah.
Holy
It is.
Berserker.
Berserker had several plays like that.
Yo,
throughout
Joe
the
Marsh,
split where it was
which
just
city
so
streaming room
clear
did we put you
that
in?
he was better than the number one
Let me
AD
check.
carry. Flashing forward at the right moments while still having the fewest deaths of all the AD carries in the league, so he plays safe when he needs to. But pretty much everyone in the LCS.
I'm
talks
in
about
New
how
York.
hard
I'm
it
in
is
New
to get
York.
Berserker. Like, they just know
There was an Ono t-shirt, but I had to take it
He
down
actually didn't
for this
have
one.
amazing stats, but that just didn't matter.
I'm
because
nothing
his
personal, I
presence in
promise.
the game was so high.
Whose
Yeah,
room
I
is
think
that?
it's,
Whose room is that?
can
Is
be
it
similar
Fakers?
for Karzi as well.
Is it-
It's
is it
also
owners? Is
moments
it-
later in
is
the
it
game
Goom?
where you really need your ADCs
Very nice.
to turn up and turn around the team
Whose-
fight. So
whose-
I'm really
whose-
excited
whose
to see
room
this
is it,
bot
Joe?
lane in action. Overall, though, we talked about it already for NA and EU generally, for Cloud9 and for Mad. It's going to be hard.
It's not the janitor's closet.
This
No,
is-
it's
these are
not.
the best teams in the world, so they
Right?
can be happy with
It's
the
not
first
Poby's?
team that they are
Is it
facing.
Faker's old room?
Poby, and as we see the Mad Lions there, they
Faker's
always
room
have
is
a hangover
closest to the
from
control
international
room.
tournaments most of the time.
Honestly, hearing all the EU pundits.
Do you know which
talk
one
about
this is?
Mad
New
Lions,
York?
I
You know whose
always
that
feel
is?
sorry for them as an NA representative because
So it's not Fakers.
Mad Lions are 1-5.
We put you in a Valorant
versus
room.
North America, and it
I
always,
love that.
Put me in a
team.
Valorant
that's why we're
room?
happy to pick them, but I always feel bad for them also because they always
What
get
the
flamed
fuck?
so
I
much.
know why you love them. Look at this stat line, Jack.
So listen,
That's
we
a
can say-
Valorant
we can
room?
cherry
Are
pick
you-
and say
bro,
that they're
Joe,
bad against North
what the
America,
hell?
But Mad, I feel like kind of gets.
Wait, Joe, are you gonna be in Korea
I
anytime
mean,
soon?
to a
They-
degree, they do, yeah.
The last
kinda
two
to a
teams
degree
to
deserve
make
it.
it out of group stage at the World Championship are Rogue and Mad, not G2,
Okay.
not Fnatic.
How am I in the Valorant
Seriously,
room?
they
But,
got,
but
people
getting out of
completely
groups is
forget
not
that.
what we're happy
Yeah, but
with
they're
in
also
EU.
the only organization-
It doesn't happen that often for EU, actually.
Ah, there's
Sure,
people
but
about
I'll
this
All I'm
take
stuff.
going to say is that Mad, when they're in the group
Holy
stage
shit,
of
there's
the World
drama on the
Championship,
desk.
They've always been able to get out. That
Tell
was
him,
the
tell
time
him,
they were
Vedius.
there.
That's
Yo,
true.
Vedius, tell him.
Statistically, I'm optimistic. You know what I mean?
I love it. It's
I
like
think EG did them a favor eliminating
Yeah.
them.
You think? That's what you
Actually,
think?
Yo, fight. If I was on that
Anyways,
desk.
we have, of course, a lot of
Shut the fuck up. When was
going
the last
into many of
finals you
these
made at
matches. I
Worlds?
think in this one
Huh?
particularly,
Yeah, never,
Nisqy,
never.
who is up versus C9. I mean, I
Now
love
silence.
It's funny because I was on the plane with Jack, and I was talking to Jack about it and kind of the reunion here, and he said literally right after they were picked, Nisqy DM'd Jack and was like, I hate to inform you, but Cloud9 starting 0-1. So the trash talk is definitely there. It's definitely in his mind as well.
I mean, Nisqy is a
All right,
player
it's
that when we
EU
look
time, baby.
internationally, there's often been a lot of criticism towards him as a player. Can he really contest with the big dogs?
It's
in Europe, he's always
EU
seen as that
time.
gatekeeper entry into the top three. If you
Wait,
can
Joe
beat
Mars
Nisqy,
said, "I got
maybe you
kicked
can
from
contest
Faker's
that
room
top
for
three
changing the
spot,
thermostat."
but only on occasion is he really considered one of the top three mid laners in Europe. So eyes are always on him. He definitely feels the pressure, but more often than not, he feels about
Come on,
proving
Nisqy.
himself on the
Show
international
C9 why they
stage,
should not
and
have
I
gotten
think
rid of
he's
you.
looking
Show
to do that
C9
in
why
day
you're the
one against
goat.
M&S.
Yes, we will see if he's able to versus Cloud9. A little bit of extra motivation as the teams are getting ready. Overall, though, as we have seen these two teams play domestically, I'd love to hear from first our LCS analysts about Cloud9 and the way they approached most of their games, because they had a phenomenal season, right, overall.
9,000 DPI, yo, what the
How they
fuck?
won their games, and how do you think that style is going to fare at Worlds?
So the weird thing about Cloud9 for me is throughout most of the summer split, they kept saying that they were trying to be more versatile. And they're trying all these kind of
Minus
experimental
$10.
drafts. And
Minus
to me,
10.
they never actually
Yo,
found the
minus
sweet
10.
spot for how the team should succeed
Minus
the most.
10.
If one of the big parts about it was Sven has never really become super comfortable in the support role. And so he talked about in multiple interviews, they would do 1 week. Oh yeah, all right, I'm going engage supports. And they're like, whoa, okay. We need to get some wins, get back on some, some Lulu there, buff up Berserker, get the dub. And then they also, of course, had to, change mid lane. They brought in M&S. Diplex getting benched.
Good idea. I don't have Spotify on this
a lot
PC.
of
I should have
our hopes
downloaded
are that
Spotify.
in the time since LCS finals and now Worlds, they've been able to patch up a lot of these issues. I think that it's still a solid game plan for Blabber to do an efficient jungle path towards bottom lane, try and protect that.
Here we go,
bottom
baby.
lane, because that is
If you're an
gonna be
NA
your
fan,
win
I'm sorry.
later.
If you're in the
M&S,
chat and you
I've
want
been
C9 to win,
hearing some pretty good
mods
things,
ban them.
actually, from
If
Spring,
anyone says
so
C9 win,
we'll
ban
see.
them.
I know there was definitely controversy.
Timeout, ban,
right when
IP
they
block.
came over to Korea initially, so hopefully
It's
the
EU
mental is good
in
on
this
this
chat.
team.
Let's
EU
hope so,
win.
indeed. I see that you do go back to Blabber. Again, though, we started
Shock,
with
say
it
something
as a
about EU
featured
winning.
matchup, and I think
Vedius,
it's gonna
come on, be biased.
so instrumental
Vedius, say
in the start of
something.
this game, and that makes
Minus
me circle
20
back
bucks.
to Elyoya, and he's
Berserker
also
greater than
emblematic
Karsi.
of how
Mods ban that
Mad
guy.
Lions is going to perform.
Vedius, say something.
Yeah, I think that when we
Say
look at
Matt's gonna
Mad,
win.
they are inconsistent in the form that they have a lot of players that thrive in very specific ways. Niski
And-
has always been known as a player that loves to impact the rest of the map.
And-
Sang is a big engage support player that loves
And-
to find weird opportunities, sometimes top lane, sometimes
And-
in team fights, and sometimes the meta doesn't always cater to them to just play that style all the time.
Okay,
so they
and-
have to kind of carve a way that allows them to really enable a lot of their players. And going
Okay,
into
and-
the season finals, they were able to find an identity that allowed them to push Fnatic all the way to Game 5.
Yeah.
They were able to dominate against XL.
Yeah.
Into this World Championship, the question is, have they been able to find a meta where their style can flourish?
And what's the
that
answer?
ultimately is going to be my big question mark today.
For me, I feel like if I watch the bottom lane for the
Vedius.
first few minutes of the game, I'm going to be able to tell a lot about
Weak.
how this game is going to play out. If Sven feels comfortable on like Alistar, Rakan, Rel, I feel like these are huge support picks at this tournament. So many of these engaged champions. And Hilly goes to the wall with his playstyle.
It's
and
analyst
looks for a lot of
Vedius. When he's on
kills.
stream, he's biased. When he's on desk, he's not.
He goes to the
Cringe,
wall.
Vedius. Say it. Say your
the
thoughts.
wall.
They're in there. You want to
Okay,
say
I
it?
see.
Let it out.
Anyways, we're about to go. Do you have faith?
Always.
I got a little bit.
Yeah.
I got a little bit.
Mad number one. EU
Yeah.
number one.
Okay.
Nobody
There we
knows.
go,
I
Vedius.
had faith for the TL game, and that's how it turned out. So I'm just staying really cautious
He did
right
it.
now.
I think you jumped the gun. There was a little curse situation there.
I don't know what you're
I
talking
see you,
about,
Vedi. I
though.
see you.
I'm confident. I mean, I'm going to have blind confidence for all my EU fans, teams, all of them. I mean,
Yes,
as much
Vedi.
as I'm pessimistic, as a fan, all I can do is believe in them, right? Like,
True.
I think that that's the best thing I can do. As an analyst,
True.
this is the best possible matchup you can have in terms of round one.
True.
Cloud9 has looked shaky. They have looked inconsistent.
Trash. Say it. Trash.
The team fighting is going to be one of the big question marks for me. I think North America's weakness is their ability to make good decisions around when they team fight. And I think that Mad Lions is a team that Hillisang, when he sees a window, he'll take it. So
But
He's
he
just
sees
better,
every
say it.
window at all times.
I mean,
so he's
that's
like in
also
a
true.
palace of mirrors.
He's just better.
He's just always
but he's
going in.
looking for a window,
He
and
is.
he will jump through it if he can.
Hey, Janico, do you agree with that? Is it a fault of NA that they don't always choose their moments right in terms of this?
Yep.
I think that's too broad.
Minus
of a brush
$5.
to paint a whole region.
Well, I think specifically for C9, it does apply when Sven has been on Engaged Champions earlier on in the year. I think towards the end of the year, he got a little bit better. And then a lot
Start
of
the
it,
game.
to me, is actually M&S. I know we haven't talked about him that much, but he's a very inconsistent player for me. So if he's actually in the right mindset, playing well, he could dominate Niski in lane and make this a much easier game for Cloud9. But he's also been known to go
Start the game.
0-8 on Jace against
Could.
Gragas.
He
So
could.
my eyes are going to
Nice,
be mid.
nice prospect.
This is one of the best parts about there actually being a long break between all of the finals and worlds. Is
Yeah.
that so much of
They're
this
introducing
we're
the players.
just listening on the edge of our seats for these scrim rumors and how much do you
Gotta get
trust
into the
them?
game,
yeah,
Kobe.
we gotta get into the game. Let's go.
Thank you so much,
Okay, let's
Shocks.
go.
And,
I'm ready.
Jack,
I'm ready.
Kobe and Vedius.
I'm ready.
No one fully sure as to how this one's going to go, but
I'm
I
ready.
am sure that C9 is here because, as you can see, they are on your screen right now.
I'm ready.
Making their way through, of course, the expected first seed out of the LCS.
Boo.
That was not the case.
Boo.
No, and it's always
Boo.
a question of how you're able to bounce back. There's been a
Boo.
fair amount of time that has passed since that result. And I think C9 is still going to be one of the teams that a lot of the NA fans are going to look towards for hope. Although, you know, after last
Here they come,
game,
here they come, here they come. Ready? Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
But we'll see whether C9, like, it's now their shot to
Oh, yeah.
let us
Here they
know
come, here
how
they
it's
come.
going to go, and they're up against this team right here, the Mad Lions. Sort
Yeah,
of surrounds
yeah.
this team, but it's mainly from people involved in the LEC. That
Look
I
at the
hear.
shoes. Shoe game's on point. Niski
Mad
tie your
are a
laces.
team that really, and
Guys.
I think that they are very true to Hillesang.
No 1647s.
as well.
Okay.
You never know what you're going to get, right? I think that the
Carzy
player
doesn't
that
e-
I'm mostly going to be looking
We're
towards
screwed.
is Carzy, to what extent he can actually have an impact on this game.
Oh my God,
How
we're
is
so
the early
fucked.
bot lane going to go? And I'm expecting both junglers
We're
to
fucked.
path
Niski's
towards
smiling.
bot
Carzy
side.
doesn't know how to bow.
Another question, especially after last game, where we saw something that we saw for basically the entirety of Worlds 2022 as well, which was a really
We're
heavy
fucked.
focus on bot lane prio, right? With that
Yep.
Ashe, with that Renata. Now, GL showed that you can punish that. Yoshik with his early pathing towards the bot side was able to make a lot of early kills happen. Are we going to see something similar here, or are we going to see Berserker and Carzy being put on hyper carries in an attempt to try
got the professor? That's true, we do got the
carry
professor.
the team when we get to the later stages.
We do got the
And I
professor.
felt like watching the LCS, it was pretty crazy.
The thing is, Mad doesn't have their coach because their coach is becoming a dad.
Given moment. The fact that, like, you know, TL falls out of contention after like a 20-minute like game 4 win is kind of mind-blowing to me.
Max
and the
becoming
fact
a
that
dad.
NRG were then able to take down C9, but I feel like C9's playstyle sort of helps with the slow and steady approach, so they can just wait
title? Yeah, I
for
did
one
it.
of these moments from Mad to capitalize, take advantage, and then get some items on Berserker, and that's all she wrote. That feels like a game plan that could be set in motion, but Mad Lions have certainly shown
We
that
do
they've got some
prediction after
tricks
draft.
up
We
their
do prediction
sleeves as
after
well.
draft.
Do you want to know something very, very cool, Chronicler?
Hit me.
There is a way for Mad Lions to either get to knockouts or exit the tournament by only going against teams that they have former players on.
Really?
That's very cool. What's the pathing?
So you could have Niski now up against
Yeah.
C9.
Okay.
Hilly
And
versus
then
Fnatic.
You've got Hilly against Fnatic.
Yeah.
And then
Chasey versus someone.
against D+.
I like it.
And I don't know whether it's going to be going up or down. We'll have to see, because it's going to remain alive regardless of the outcome of this particular
All right,
game.
Mad, what are we going to do?
Will be
We're going
the
to
next
draft.
best of one.
What are we going to draft? Good
We'll
champs.
have to look towards to see whether they can
Okay.
get seeded against one of the other.
Say it with me.
So,
We.
just a
We.
cool team.
We
I
can.
thought
We
I'd
can.
have that
We
one.
can draft. We can draft.
Really
We can
appreciate it.
draft
I
it.
always
We can
like
draft.
little
We can
facts.
draft
It's
it.
always one
Come
of the
on.
coolest parts about Worlds, seeing players face off against their former organizations, seeing these rivalries that have been built over
Red
the
side
years
Andes.
come true. And in this
Ivern
draft,
Ben?
I am
Okay.
again
I don't know
gonna
what
look
C9
our
plays,
priorities
so I don't know what they're
will
gonna
be.
ban.
This game was a little bit of a
I have no idea. Maybe Jace? I know M&S
We've
plays
seen thus
Jace.
far in the play-ins.
I
Are
think,
C9
and Yone.
gonna hold true? Or are we going to
Berserker
see something
Zaya, maybe Ben? I
Seeing
don't
some
know.
foliage at this point in time. Maokai could be a follow-up ban here as well to stay on the tree theme that we are looking at. Of course, Ivan, not something that we've experienced a lot of.
This is the first round,
in
yeah.
the LCK, of course, we've had a few fringe cases as Mad
What you
Lions
mean,
will
no
not
ban?
be, to start this one off. It's just that's
What is
that was
going
not
on?
my expected first ban, Chronicler. Over to you.
No, that's generally Sabato might be, given the fact, might have a lobby restart. I think Chasey was maybe waving someone now. Well, we'll see when we have more info. We'll make sure to tell you. Yeah, I think the Ironman does make a lot of sense.
Okay,
from a
client
game
crash maybe,
perspective,
client
we've
crash.
seen some Iverns,
I thought they were
bring
just
back
dizzy.
Peanuts every now and then, and not
2 months? Don't know what to
good
ban in the
way.
first game?
But the champion
No, it must be
was
DC, must be
insanely
DC.
successful in the LEC. I think we also saw a lot of tree versus tree. We
Must
saw
have been
BDS
DC.
use it as well in their reverse sweep.
And it wasn't just used with double 80 carry composition.
We're good,
This
we're
is
good,
where
we're good,
we
we're good,
saw
we're
it
good. Chill out,
predominantly
chat.
utilized was
Stop
if
stressing.
you get Tristana, that's when you have
Stop
to
stressing.
worry
I
about
dropped
an
my
Ivan
coffee.
possibly
Fucker.
coming through. As soon as that was banned away, we didn't need to worry about it necessarily.
Stop
That
stressing.
is not the case elsewhere. And so certainly
Look at the penguin.
doing
He's
their
cute, no?
homework here, make sure that they don't have to worry
I felt
about it.
homesick,
Of
so I
course,
brought
Alioya
penguin.
really does like
So I don't
the
feel
long-legged
homesick.
tree, as opposed to the other one. Maokai certainly very, very strong this tournament as well, though, so could see a look in there if we are going to see the
Where's the
ability
plant?
to ban champions.
I can't bring the plant on the
It's
plane. You're not allowed to bring not
So
animals,
obviously something
plants
went a
on,
little bit wrong
to
there,
countries.
and we're going to go back into the pick and ban to make sure that we can have even bans. It's not like you think we've deducted a ban or anything like that.
And
Buy a new one.
hopefully
What do you mean buy a new one? That's not how it
soon.
works.
And again, as we saw in the last match as well, best of ones are such an interesting microcosm to me because in a single game,
Just buy
like
another
one
plant.
bad pick, right, your draft can
Just
immediately
get friends.
set you off
Just
for
go
a game.
outside.
And in a
Bro,
best of
shut up.
3, you can be like, okay, that didn't work. We pivot back. But in Swiss in particular, I'm going to keep highlighting it because it really can't be overstated how important it is. Need to make sure, get every single win that you can get. And for both these teams,
Just buy a house.
it's probably looking like one of your best angles to get a win.
Yeah, I got a little bit of an update. League officials are just looking to remake the lobby so we can get in and make sure the buttons
you believe,
can be
chat?
clicked
Tell me,
and
yes or
pressed
no?
and things like that,
Do you
and things can be
believe
banned away. And it looks like
I got the
we're going to
love?
get there relatively soon.
I can feel something.
Speaking of relatives, we can talk
inside
about
me
my
say.
shirt chronicler for a second if we're not quite into pick and ban, because this is a gift from you.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
really love this one.
It's really nice. It's a traditional Indonesian shirt.
Nice, we're back in
And,
draft. All right, what are we gonna ban?
so
A champ.
you're
When are we gonna ban it?
for your
Now.
friends. I'm like, okay.
What are we not gonna
I did
ban?
not have a
No
choice in
ban.
the matter.
And I was the benefactor of it. But here we are. And no surprise, the Ivan is once again going to be taken away. And we wait with bated breath to see whether the Mad Lions are going to be able to take something off the Rift as well.
Orianna
and
ban.
it is the Orianna. So here we go.
Kalista ban
taken
versus
away as well.
Karsi.
We've seen
Okay.
this one be a very popular
Okay.
ban away.
Mad, please
Feeling
don't
a
fuck
little
up.
bit weird though, Chronicler, because we haven't seen
Mad,
Kaise
please
so
don't
far
do
in
this.
Swiss.
Don't
True.
fucking int.
In the one game sample size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love what-
I know
you know I
you
Don't
love-
fucking
you
int.
love your
Don't
one
lose
game
quickly.
sample sizes.
Just make it
Orianna
competitive.
makes sense. We saw the power
Make it a
of pick
win.
again in the last game, even though it didn't really
LeBlanc
come down
ban.
to Faker,
What the fuck are we
being
banning
that
LeBlanc for?
powerhouse,
Who cares about
was
that champ?
Still enough to get
What
some
the
damage down in the
fuck?
late game team fights. LeBlanc actually showing her face. Obviously, after approximately 20 rounds of bans, or nerfs rather, we've seen the
Are we doing
Shiv
3 mid
variety
bans?
kind of drop, but
No, right?
mid-lane
We're banning
AP every
Maokai.
now and then. I'm not going to speak of the cursed Hullbreaker builds. Hoping that there will be
Or
spared.
Syndra.
Yeah, I
Syndra
am
could be
aware.
good for
Nazir
Niswick.
also going to get taken away here, so a lot of mid lane focus here. And I do think
Okay,
that makes
Maokai,
sense.
good.
Desk already highlighted as well.
All right.
MNS has been kind of up and down. In the spring, I think he was a lot more consistent, but
What are
in
they gonna
summer
pick?
in particular,
Maybe
not
Isaiah?
necessarily having
Maybe
the best
Rakan? Maybe
showing.
Syndra?
And I do think
Maybe
that when Mad are able
Sejuani?
to, get
Maybe
Niski and something that he's
Renekton?
comfortable
No, not
with, he has
Renekton.
been known
Oh yeah,
to be
Talia.
a really big carry for the team, as this is something we saw in play-ins a lot as well. High priority on Talia, flex pick, you can pick like a Renekton, put her in the jungle.
Nesquik,
have
what are you
the
playing into
synergy
Talia?
there, can shove her mid against a lot of picks
Okay,
that
we're
are
taking
popular
Rakan.
right now.
They also have the opportunity
okay.
to pick Tristana for what feels
I'm
like
scared
the
of
first
Poppy.
time this tournament. I don't think it has been.
I'm very
permanently
scared
banned,
of
but
Poppy
it's felt
Talia
pretty close.
against Rakan.
The Rakan being the consideration,
Could
of course,
be
another extraordinarily popular
A horror,
pick can be
but let's
paired
see.
with
Maybe
the Xayah
Xayah
right
Rakan.
here
They
if
can't
would
really
like
pick Poppy
to,
then.
But that does mean that Tristana
Or
could
Syndra
go for it,
Rakan,
like you're saying.
or
Flabber can head towards the jungle with Talia or something
come on.
like that. Has certainly been something that we've seen coming back.
Hilly going to be picking up the Rakan here. Rakan, obviously a champion that feels like the most well-rounded support, just does everything very well. We are starting to see some drops in the
What if
Rel
they pick
priority.
Poppy?
I think Rel very early on was something.
Yeah.
that we
What if
saw
they
a
pick
lot
Poppy?
of. The Jarvan though going to give
Is it
Alloy
fine
the opportunity
if they play
to
Poppy?
make an early impact on the map while still scaling in a decent threat. I do think that picking a Jarvan this early.
What if they do
though, when you
Poppy
don't know what
Nautilus?
the enemy is going to be bringing to the AD carry role.
Poppy Alistar?
Can backfire. We'll see if C9 actually wants to lean into that, or if they're just going to pick something stationary.
Hey, okay.
It's fine.
Fine,
We'll
don't
find
play
a way to
Poppy.
deal
Oh
with the
no,
cataclysms
no, they're
once
not
it
gonna
gets
play
to that.
Poppy. No.
You come to us, and that is going to be the Cassante locked in here.
Nah,
for
Poppy's
Fudge.
terrible here.
Most
Don't pick
played
Poppy.
champion
No,
overall
don't do that.
this year.
Pick Rumble or
And
something.
incredibly high win rate.
Take
Of
away the
course,
Rumble
they're
that they're
not
gonna pick on
really,
3. Don't pick Poppy.
Strangers to high win
No.
rates. C9 have done very, very
Oh, Xayah.
And
No, we wanted
Xayah
Xayah.
going to be picked up
Rumble
here, so
on
not
3,
even
do
looking
it.
at that Tristana that,
Ban Poppy.
I guess I mistakenly spoke about a little bit earlier on. Niski
Pick
hovering
Rumble.
some stuff,
Rumble.
where he is going to land
Rumble.
as we get this first round of picks
Rumble.
finished up. So the star-crossed lovers, a little bit of a sad situation there with Rakan and Xayah.
Also means, also means that, unfortunately for Berserker, not going to have the best of times. And this is the Ezreal. Now, this is no slight to Karzi specifically, who does.
Why are we
love
playing
the champion,
Jarvan
but,
Rakan?
I think Ezreal has been pretty underwhelming
With
thus
Ezreal?
far. In theory, it makes a lot
Where's
of
my
sense,
Rumble?
Right? Ezreal is a very
What's this going to be?
self-
Nautilus
self-sufficient
ban?
pick.
Rumble ban?
Rakan, as Haley likes to do,
Rel
puts a lot of
ban?
impact on the map, particularly when you pair him up with Jarvan, and Ezreal is
Syndra
fine on the
ban?
island,
Now what?
outranges the Xayah, but in practice, just hasn't
Now
really
what?
felt like the Ezreals that we've seen thus far have been able to pop off, and particularly into something like the Cassante, who gets really beefy. Finding high-value Mystic shots can be somewhat of an issue.
Certainly able to lane relatively
Maybe
effectively
Jace ban?
against
Rumble
the Xayah.
Jace?
Does win that range battle with the Mystic shot. So next round of bans going to come through here as the Nautilus is going to be taken away from Sven. Makes a bit of sense there, of course.
Please ban
Often
Poppy.
just paired with Xayah
Just
in
ban Poppy.
general,
Just do it. Just
but
do it.
Not wanting
Maybe.
to allow that engage to come through from Sven towards the
Huh?
bottom side. We'll see whether he does.
Don't ban Rel.
Go with a Rel like you were talking about, which is still up and available. Might get a look at here in our next round of bans. Rumble taken away from
Maybe they ban
JC.
Jace or Gwen.
Of course, watching Fudge in the final didn't look like he was too worried about Rumbles. Renekton just looking like a counter pick, which is not how I was used to seeing that matchup, Chronicler.
Yeah, my pick.
Why did they pick Rumble on 3? What's going on? It's obvious this 4-5 bans,
What I do
no?
like for the C9 draft thus far is that this Taliyah still can go either to mid or to jungle, so I haven't really given a lot away, and I think the flex potential, particularly, again, you get one shot.
think Gwen.
Right? This is your first round of Swiss, one opportunity, and making sure that you try and give your opponents as hard a time as possible to respond to your draft in kind is definitely a big one.
Ari?
Now,
What?
expectation
Why? They're
would be
picking
to
top
see
on 4
something
anyway.
big for Chase here. You already know
Unless
the
they're
matchup
denying
in top
Syndra.
lane, and then save that counter pick for Niski.
Or you pick Tristana and then last pick Gwen.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know whether
But
it's
I
a
think
good idea.
Tristana pick here.
It's
It's a Poppy game.
Obviously, a very comfortable matchup.
There's the Gwen. Okay.
They're going to do that.
Yeah, they're last picking
right.
mid. The Ari ban doesn't make sense. They should have
That
banned Gwen
means
because they're
that,
last picking mid.
Tristana going to be more difficult because, of course,
And then they
like
would
you were
pick like
talking about,
Jax
the
or
flexibility
Aatrox.
of the
And
Taliyah
then they would
could
pick
come
Poppy.
through here. The
Oh, they're gonna play
Alistar
Alistar into
option
Ezreal.
first.
Oh, why? Why?
This pick,
I guess they don't really have any
I'm
engaged
expecting
supports
to
left.
see a lot of play,
Alistar into
or at least a
Ezreal,
lot of
it's not
attention
great.
in the draft, in the
Oh, it's
in the
Cassante
stage.
mid, Jax
As
flex.
that's a Jax
Hey,
look
flex
here
Gwen mid.
For, look at here.
Flex
For
Gwen mid,
Fudge.
do it.
That would mean
Pick
that
Poppy.
Cassante is going to head towards the mid lane.
Gwen mid.
Something that M&S has done
Do it.
before. So very melee heavy as far as solo lanes, but with the Taliyah that we can now flex into that jungle, they can make up for a bit
Nah,
of
you
that.
can also just lane swap
Is Sven going
the
to
Gwen
go
mid. Like
I do
Chasey
like
plays
the
mid lane.
initial setup here, though, for C9. It means that you have a lot of lanes to
I
play
like- I actually
through,
like Heimer.
And what the Heimer would do if it does get locked in,
I actually like it.
is
Oh, Alistar into
not
Ezreal.
allow Helix to actually
Boo.
roam as much. Gonna be Alistar
What do you
instead,
last
which
pick
I do
here?
think works really well with the comp. It also means that in every
Oh, I don't
single
know.
lane, you have
To be
Taliyah
honest,
set up, right? So no matter where Blabber is gonna
Syndra
go,
is like,
you're able
we don't have anything to
make plays
play.
off of
If you
that.
pick Syndra. Silas is also, we have nothing to play.
Knowing what you're
Yeah.
playing into the Cassante, a lot of options.
That's the I don't know what to
Still,
pick.
opener, although as
Okay, there's a lot of better picks.
high
You could
profile
play-
picks have been banned away.
You could play Gwen
But
mid if you could
Syndra
flex it
has been
and play like
perfectly
Poppy top.
capable. And
I guess you could kind of do a
particularly into
Cassio
Xayah,
game
I
maybe,
really
but the
like
lane's a bit
having
tough.
some form outside of the Ezreal poke
Alright, mods, drop the
of,
Gamba.
ways of dealing with a champion
You can
like
use your tier
Xayah.
1 or your
So
Twitch
maybe
Prime
defensive
if you want to
cooldown
avoid
in the
ads
fight.
for the rest of
Always gonna be
Worlds,
really
for the whole of
valuable.
Worlds. You don't have
It
to.
does mean
You will
that
never get
Cassante
ads during the
gets
game, but I'm
dodged
giving you the heads up
Gwen
now.
matchup, by flexing it towards the mid lane. Another
And,
really
you
cool
know the
thing
drill.
here.
That's it.
So, Mad not going to quite have that ace up
You won't
their
get any ads
sleeve
now.
necessarily, but with another melee
Yeah,
matchup
Garen
in
could
the
have been
mid lane
good,
for the Syndra
like, I
to
don't know.
kind of prey on. Of course,
Man, I think if they just picked
should be
Rumble on
something that
3,
Fizz
their
can
draft
really
was
take advantage
fixed.
of. And then in the later stages of the game, their long-range pick is actually very, very high with Scat of the Week, and then the follow-up with True Shot Barrage, things like that. Elyoya can then get on top. You
Like,
can
their
engage
draft
from
would be
about
so
a
fine
million
with Rumble
miles
on 3.
away as the Jarvan. So opportunities here for Mad to make things happen, but I think the ease of execution isn't the lowest on the Mad side of things. They're going to have to really be on point here in this game.
Yeah, that's my main concern. I think the Mad Comp does have a ton of agency, a lot of damage,
Holy
a lot
primers.
of upfront burst and power, plus I think a 1-4
Holy.
setup, maybe even 1-for-1, you know, with the mobility. That
All right,
they have
focus
with
up.
The Ezreal, the Jarvan, the Rakan,
Yep.
Gwen in a side lane.
Whose
But
draft do you prefer?
executing it, then I think I really favor C9.
I won't
This is a very
speak. If I speak, I'm in
straightforward
trouble.
front to back. You have a good mixed damage profile.
Nah, honestly, like C9 has a better draft in isolation, but there's a very high chance C9 has no damage. Like if they make mistakes, their champs can do like it's very like Cassante Jax if they're behind with Talia jungle, no setup, like Alistar into Ezreal, Syndra, like if they're even or behind, these champs won't do any damage. They're playing Cassante Jax into Syndra Ezreal, Alistar into Syndra Ezreal, and then Xayah against champs with more range and hard engage. So, you know, if they're ahead, it's fine. But if C9 falls behind, woo, 0 damage.
On this Talia, but here we are onto the Rift for our second game of the day. C9 trying to take down the Mad Lions. C9, I always just expect
Whoa,
to be
the
safe
vote
first
Gamba is close.
out of the LCS. That is not the case this time around. And so far, no shenanigans.
The
in this
vote
early
Gamba is
game.
close.
Our featured matchup is of course happening right now. Blabber versus
Yoya
Elyoya,
versus Blabber.
presented by Mercedes-Benz. Blabber already just threading the volleys, and there it is. That's the matchup right there.
I think
He got hit by
this might sound really
by a
crazy,
flag post.
Yep, that's an yeah, that's it.
but I think what Yoya can do this game maybe is
But the threaded volley came back as
something
well
like this.
and also hit.
Not really,
I
no,
missed
didn't-
the start of it.
Didn't really do a whole lot.
something crazy like that.
The downside of Talia, particularly in the form that she is currently, right? If you go back a couple of seasons, then she was actually really strong early game. Picked often was as we
Nah,
mentioned,
starting bot side, he
point-and-click
can't.
Stuns like the Renekton. Not nearly so much of it. Really needs to get her items. I think at the very least you're looking at picking up your Mythic before you really
Elyoya es
start
muy
to become
bueno,
a threat.
sí.
And that does mean that Elyoya has a ton of opportunity to try and make things happen
Now,
early.
this ward is
Also,
really important.
Jarvan,
You know
one of the
why?
few
Because it
junglers
sees
that can
Talia,
actually
right?
get
It doesn't just tell you that she
really
starts there, but if she
scary
runs
two
up,
tanks
she's
off
going
to see
Raptors
if
clear. If she goes down,
Mad
she's
is
going
gonna
Krugs
try
clear.
and leverage
So if she
that.
goes up,
Suno
she can be
chasing
top
over
early. If she goes
behind,
down, she's full
Fudge also
clearing.
going for lead,
And that's
for example.
important, because
So
Yoya can
a
level
lot
2
of
gank bot and
aggression
fight him,
expected
or he can
out
fight
of
here.
that
Look,
top
look,
lane
look, you see this? Look.
those two.
So now he knows she's going to Krugs, so she's full clearing. So now he can take her Raptors. Or he can gank mid. This ward is really useful for Jarvan.
Very, very aggressive, like you were talking about.
Oh, he's going to try and fight her on her way back up. from Krugs.
Matchups actually work out relatively well against some of
Now,
these
sometimes
stages,
if you know it's warded,
especially
you can
with
go
social
down and then
base
around
ones,
here
you
and then to your
dash
Raptors.
effectively to get out
But he
of the way
doesn't
of
kill him
things,
here, by the way. He
and
doesn't kill him.
Elyoya is going to bring the flag.
Whoa!
Waste no
What?
time flying
Blabber?
out of the way of that one.
He knew?
And he is just going to get about his business. Just
Holy
getting away
fuck,
from this
Blabber.
whole situation. Elyoya
That
feels
reaction
like
is
the damage
crazy.
has been done, though. So Blabber going to be able to still take his chickens.
Yeah, and nice to get the flash there from Yoya.
Wow.
But because of the mid lane situation, MNS
Well
actually
played.
able to get a little bit of
He
early
knew it was
damage
warded,
down,
yeah, so maybe he
and
expected
was
something like
able
that.
to already path towards those
Now, it would be
Raptors.
ideal for Yoya to fight him on
Crystal
blue, but he needs
Gillian's
red, I
already
think. He needs to do
moving up,
Raptors red or
in case
Raptors
they get a
Krugs
longer
into
play.
blue.
Ended up not being the case. Does mean that Elyoya is going to be a little bit delayed. In the outside of the flash, not get a whole lot.
Oh, Yoya
Gonna
thinks his
see if
red
he
is
actually
warded
will
or what?
get
He's
a
gonna
lot
go to his
going.
Krugs.
Yeah, trading into an
He thinks his red is warded.
for the Syndra, not a very fun experience.
Yeah.
Because he went like
And,
this.
So far, MNS actually looking really good as Hylissang is already here. Just seeing whether there's going to be an angle.
Look at this though, the
Looks like
damage
that
is
not going to be the case.
Jarvan gets
Jumps in,
Talia flash,
jumps in, I
but
should
Talia
say.
finishes her full clear at like 320. So Talia is probably going to run into top river now
Evening
in
out
like a
the
couple
CS was
seconds.
looking a little bit dire for a moment.
But Jarvan still needs to clear 3
That
camps.
is just a wave moving towards
325,
the
okay, it's
Gwen.
actually a bit slower than I thought.
Chasey's going to be able
But
to
yeah, Jarvan
do
still
his
is
best
level 4 to level 3.
in this
He's going to
lane.
lose top grab, he has no
Another
top
dive
push.
forward here,
Yoya
as
needs to start
Chasey
playing bot side.
does
Or he needs
put
to cover
down
top.
the,
This looks a bit
mist,
rough.
But it's not exactly an immunity situation against
As you can see, he went down and then up, and now he's going down and then up. I think he thinks about covering top, but I think can't cover top, yeah, it's a waste of time. Talia gets double crab.
We see as well, MNS actually
Mid is getting
doing a great job
blasted,
here
what the fuck?
aggressively keeping Niski on the
He
turret,
can't get crab
particularly
either,
with
it's gone.
Dorn
Oh my
Shield,
god, he has no
and
pushing
aftershock,
solo
like
lanes.
the ability of a Syndra to bring down Sante, not really looking too hot. Might be a double scuttle situation here, so C9 actually
Now Talia
able
can do
to
Krugs, or she
absorb
can
the early
base, it's
pressure
fucking
from
horror.
Elyoya and then get out ahead. Although, as long as Blabber
Fucking
doesn't get
horror.
punished for his lack of flash, which could of course still happen.
Yep. And he can move
Yoya
forward
could do
quickly
Gromp
around
into enemy
like
Raptors,
that, as long as C9
but
keeps
it's
some,
fucking risky.
Vision control. Blabber should be absolutely fine. He's going to ride the
Yeah,
wall.
why does Ezreal have Ghost? What the
Look to head
hell?
Back down towards this bottom side. It looks like
Okay, level 4. Now I have the base.
Coming up relatively soon is going to be his first.
Elioya didn't have many early game options.
And we also see Blabber already picking up his lost chapter. Actually wasn't able to get a look at his runes, but particularly
He has Futures
something we
Market,
see very often with
100%.
junglers that are looking to get their mythic as soon as possible, or are very reliant on initial item spike. Can be lost chapter. Can
Futures
be
Market, 1000%.
Yep. In this case, though, Blabber already has his lost chapter, meaning that he is going to be completely fine in terms of mana, and also, as mentioned, the current form of Talia really looking to get to the mythic as soon as you possibly can. And despite Elioya trying to introduce some delays, not going to have too much
nothing
slow
to do
it
here.
down now. Could be an angle
Oh,
here.
Jax
Will
jumped
get
in, but
started.
I still think nothing to do here. Maybe they get his flash.
He did have that ward there, but leaps.
Oh, yo, yeah, yo, yeah, yo, yeah, yo, yeah, yo, yeah. That's why there's something to do there. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
There from Elioya. If Fudge is
My
able to
goat.
complete that lead
EU,
right,
baby, that's
flash
fucking
out.
right.
That was
You are-
very close to a botched one as well, because
Yeah.
that was right
Oh,
at
yeah.
the end of the flag and drag.
It really was. And
Damn.
if you don't have that flash and that play doesn't
Damn.
work out, it's a disaster. Instead, really big
Oh,
winner is
Chasey
the-
gets a
the
really
pick
nice
for
reset, but Blabber's gonna
Chasey
push
as well.
push it.
So Chasey, in a matchup that I do think leans
Still
towards
fine.
Jax,
He's gonna
which
lose
by
what?
no
A melee and a
means,
cannon? Oh, he smited it,
one
you
that-
rat.
that if you
Okay, he
get
might
far
lose a bit
enough
more than a
ahead,
melee and a cannon.
is unwinnable or unplayable for the Gwen. Not gonna feel too bad now.
Wait, what
Chasey
flashbang?
Have to back. The shove in from Blabber means that we're gonna have a little, maybe 2 minions gone, but with a cannon.
Oh, that
gonna be
jump
the
in
end of the
timing
world.
was
Fudge
terrible.
Here, crucially, didn't
Oh, on the
use one
webcams.
until the end, and then Elioya doing an amazing job there. Maybe if you flash
When he
upwards,
gets-
could be a little bit too far off for Elioya, but
Oh, when they get
Fudge
first
not
blood,
able
they
to
get
get out of that
flashbanged
one.
on the face cam.
I mean,
and
I feel like Fudge did almost as much as he possibly could do, because he waited until the
Yeah.
most opportune moment to get that flash off, but the reaction time from Elioya
was
just
really good.
incredible to make sure that he still gets the knock-up. Blabber in position. We'll see whether he can find himself a seismic shove.
Chasey,
Chasey as
please
well.
don't die.
Chasey, exactly.
Whoa,
Gets
is he
a ward
in the
down as
alcove?
well. Blabber had vacated the area. Leeching
Is he in the
Weird
alcove?
his
He must
back
be in the
pocket, though.
alcove.
He is pretty scary on this Gwen. Closer and
Or
closer
is he in the
to
bush?
this Riftmaker. More devastating you can get as he snips.
I mean,
really
if he
do
can
start
react
to
with
take
W
toll.
to Talia
don't
combo,
think they have
oh
the
my
dash.
god, Talia
especially
Talia
with
wasted
nothing
so
that
much
was
time. Oh,
available.
it's so good, it's so good. Now Jarvan can slowly
Looks
catch
like
up.
They're gonna decide against it. Chasey also clearly knew.
Oh, Hilly's top to cover though. They sussed it. They sniff at it.
Running towards top lane, as he does. Try and particularly without flash, Fudge can definitely.
I don't know if Hilly
be
can kill here.
a
They don't
somewhat
have.
set
Oh, they're having
target,
Knight on
so
Rakan
not,
actually.
sitting on the ward
Yeah,
right
maybe you
now.
can kill.
No pink in the inventory. Is about to hit it.
Why? Yeah, I think
Pretty
that maybe you
large
can
anyway.
dive him.
But Chasey
Go
is
dive
gonna
him.
Push this one in. So Hilly, I don't think is going to have too much of an
Hilly's
option.
hoping that Gwen gets
As
ganked.
Fudge
Chasey's playing super aggro on
Probably
purpose.
not just going to dive on
But,
top of Chasey
yeah,
in
there's
this
no
moment.
gank
But
coming.
still, full lane control here for the Gwen. And
Now?
like you were saying,
On that range minion?
this is a flippy matchup as Hillis is just expecting something to happen. He's like,
What?
I'm going to leave, but before I do, let's
The
see.
fuck?
Hey. You got a cannon stack.
Yeah, there we go.
That's not going to be the best because
I didn't
as
see
a
anything.
result, Carzzy is
Well
still
played, Hilly.
going to get zoned off here. He's going to get Berserker his first plate. This is something that you do expect to happen. We did see though that C9 not actually being able to.
He's setting up for Herald. Oh, I get it now. It makes
playing
sense.
It safe as well because they didn't actually know where Hilly was, paying the respect that he does deserve.
Yep. Hilly is, shows himself right as the wave is going.
But he's not close to 6 at all.
Should be fine. Sven on a ward here. Hillsang is not going to worry about the presence of
Blabber
the
is level 7
towards
despite
mid lane.
wasting a lot of
He's
time
just
top.
going to mosey his way down towards the bottom side of the map. Blabber now towards this top side.
Maybe
First
Hilly
Ripto
can leech
has
mid XP.
spawned. We call her Shelly
Ow.
in the LCK. Second one is Shirley, just to catch you guys up. Try not to
Nice,
use
good
too
XP
many
for Hilly.
LCK
He can get
isms,
6 maybe on that wave.
because they
Sven
can
is
be
6, needs
confusing.
Rakan 6.
But sometimes
No, he
you
doesn't
can't
get it,
do
I think.
Yeah,
Oh, he
there's
maybe
no
gets it on that
connection
range
at
creep.
this point.
Yeah, there is.
Hilly, get that range creep.
Knock up onto Sven though. He does have the Unbreakable Will, so no
Oh,
real threat
yes.
of dying, but if they put that
Carzzy?
on cooldown,
Yo, we're
could be
good,
a
right?
problem
We're
as
good.
Berserker going aggressive on
Wait, we're
Carzzy's
dropping
bottom
Herald.
side.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Laying
whoa,
down the
whoa,
wall
whoa,
for
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
moment.
what?
Carzzy not
We're dropping Herald?
exactly feeling the happiest
Just gonna,
as the Ezreal in
just
this
gonna leave
matchup
it.
at
Just
this
gonna,
point.
we're just gonna go. Oh,
Also
we're going back.
seeing
Okay, we
that
changed
what
our
do we
mind.
wanna do?
Yep.
We don't want to
Okay.
contest with Hilly moving
We're
back up. Looks like
okay.
that is indeed
We're
the angle
okay.
here.
Okay.
Might be
We-
looking at a
okay,
4
it's
versus
gone.
4
It
here.
might be
Fudge
gone.
does have
Wha-
prio towards top side, so should be able to rotate.
Why
from
did we
earlier.
change our mind? Why didn't we just
And
fight?
we'll
Now
see.
we're fucking late
Up
and
early
it's
Herald
dead.
would be big here.
Now we have to run away again. We could have done Drake.
Fudge comes on down.
Ah, putain de merde, ça va. What's happening? Oh, now we're Ezreal ulting.
Collect that one. Just the tankiest one had the most
W
chance
it.
of survival. He's going to be able to get out. Not going to be able to collect the crab.
Oh my
And
god.
Mad will back away as well. So still
They're
just
nervous,
the
they're
first
nervous.
blood in
Hilly was
this
probably
game.
saying, don't
C9
fight, don't
back
fight.
on
And
the
then
board
Elio was
as
like,
far
yeah, go
as their
fight.
ability to
And then
make
they
some gold this game. So
changed
it
their
should
mind.
be a very even situation after that charge does come through.
They could have had
We
Drake.
expect them to use it towards the mid lane. Try and crack that one.
Oh, they
open
really
as
want
soon
to put
as
this Gwen
possible as
behind. This
Blabber.
Gwen versus Jax
First time,
matchup after Sunder, I think it's a
success.
horror,
See
isn't
the
it?
second time hits here. Of course, Chasey not having
You're
a
so
flash
fucking dead,
or
maybe.
Ghost makes ganks all the more exciting. As there we go.
There it is. The unraveled earth comes
Oh,
down.
what?
Chasey
Talia was out of
gonna
range,
try
but
and
he's
get
dead.
himself out of here. The counter-strike doesn't quite work,
Is
but
he dead?
doesn't have too much more. Cataclysm going to come on through. Can he get any kills back, Elioya?
Alistar is so broken.
Just uses the ultimate beautifully to survive
What the fuck?
everything.
Alistar is
And
OP.
C9 are on the board.
Really nicely done there, even with Blabber not able to actually find a knockback because Chasey used the W, Blabber wasn't in range. The follow-up is enough.
Do they have the damage to kill
Immediately
Fudge?
grabs turret aggro, which
Chasey has
with his
TP,
ultimate,
I
he is
guess.
fine. Fudge might have to pay the price here, though.
Perhaps Silasang looking for his opportunity. Grand entrance does come through.
Yeah,
There's
he's
the
dead, I think,
counter-strike,
Fudge.
though. One heck of an
Why does he
ability.
flash?
The Ignite comes through.
We
Quickness
take those.
utilized as well. They do not want to leave
We
anything
take
to
those.
chance, and Elioya is going to
If he's
skewer
gonna
the
flash, he has
Jax
to flash
for a
Rakan
second
W.
kill from that.
But we take that.
From
Thanks,
Hillsang,
Fudge.
working
Bye,
out
buddy.
This time around, as Berserker and Carsey, they're still here, guys. Don't worry, they're in this game. I swear.
Yeah,
Still like
ADs are
one
just chilling.
ultimate from Carsey, maybe as
Speaking
they
of
go.
ultimates, yeah, the Weaver's Wall going to come on through here. Is Kazi going to try and look to try
Holy
and get himself out of
Carsey with the
way?
ghost,
He does
baby.
So beautifully. Seismic
Oh,
shot has the lane. He's gonna get that one
whoa,
right.
whoa.
Shot barrage connects as well, but he's overstepped, and Kazi's going to get punished by Berserker. We could say baited by Blabber, but unfortunately, I think it was more of a Kazi stepped a bit too far forward.
Desperately wanted to get the kill there on Blabber, who still
Bro,
had his
if
flash
Mad
available
lose
as
this,
well.
Mad are not any.
And
No,
into
Mad
the
are the outlier.
arms
EU
of
always beats NA.
Berserker.
Mad is the outlier.
Kill
It is. It is.
set up with as
They
much
are.
frontline as this,
That's the
always gonna
fact.
feel great. And Mad, able to get that topside kill was nice, but one of the reasons why the
Who
Ezreal
else
seems
lost to NA in the last 10
is
years
because it's
from
so
EU?
incredibly
No
hard to
one.
consistently lock
No
it
one.
down.
Outlier.
But the moment you start falling behind with a pick like that, particularly if there is frontline in the
Rogue.
form of Alistar and Cassante, you can definitely
G2?
run into
Oh.
some issues. And that's
Yeah,
a
but
lot of CS
they didn't
missing
lose
now.
in 16 minutes though,
Play
did they?
Not going over to C9 is nice, but in by itself, not enough. And I think that you just have to accept, right? You absorb the gank. Maybe your team has an opportunity to go extra aggressive on the top side of the map, get some extra damage down.
You can you understand exactly how he was.
Hold
feeling,
up.
right?
Those
When you see
Zaya
that
feathers on the
number, I'm like,
pullback,
that's
they
one
disappeared
Q,
on my
that's one Q,
screen.
and I get him. Not the
Flash
case.
as well.
I'm gonna go through that
Getting
replay
caught
on
by
the
root,
on the.
unfortunately, is Chasey.
I'm gonna go through the replay
Blabber is going to spot him
after the
out.
game. Those feathers were
You're
sus.
not going to be able to steal this one away
Let's
from
check
me.
a remake on that
The
one.
Step as well as the Gwen is pretty scary.
Oh, EG beat G2. Oh, did they? Oh. Wait, didn't G2 beat them 7 times in a row and then they lost? Oh, oh my bad.
Alright, that is going to be M&S finding Hilly. He's looking to try and get himself out. Ground entrance going to be enough in order to do so. Does have to burn the flash. Not exactly the favorite thing.
They still lost? Yeah, if I throw enough fish at a tree, one of them will climb it. Okay? Doesn't mean that, just because they lost one time doesn't change anything.
Great vision control, so Hilly then trying to also apply some pressure, get down some vision in the bottom half of the map, will end up getting punished. Does get away with his life, as M&S does have to tank a little bit of damage, but will be able to pick up his little cannon there. And Carsey,
true.
obviously, Ezreal, you're always going to be fine. If it's one, maybe 2 of those kills.
It's true.
If they start stacking up, though, you're definitely going to be in trouble. And we do see Niski, as mentioned, early game, I think Cassante does have a lot of agency.
Yeah, EU fish climb trees
Everyone,
because they're Giga
the
Jets.
moment that the Leandris is done, really changes. Niski is going to be able to whittle down.
Oh, the
this.
EU fish.
There as gold lead here for Berserker. It's not insurmountable, but for a guy who has been...
Now we can win this game. What's 100 gold diff? Stop
on
overreacting.
a hyper carry, still going to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
We just need to
He's
do
looked
something,
incredible.
okay?
Just get Berserker
Anything.
the items that he needs.
No
He
Dragon
reliably
start.
carries.
We
It's been a
fucking
bit of a
spectator
mantra
ended.
for
Cinema
C9.
watched Herald.
Another weave as well going to come on through here as Blabber's going to show up, chasing in a whole host of trouble. The needlework doing a fair bit though here as Fudge going to try and get out.
Well, Alistar got the kill. We don't care. What are we going to do on the cross map?
And a bit of the question mark. I think the
Nothing.
answer to that question
Fuck
is
all.
You got to kill.
And this is a lot invested, and the problem for Mad is that there is no cross-map response, right? Alyoya was actually backing, not able to make any...
Again, we're not cross-mapping Herald. We're not cross-mapping top dives. We're not cross-mapping anything.
Playing respectful as well. We don't see Berserker overextended or by himself, and even with the vision control that Mad has...
And we lose top tower. And we're coming top, even though they're going to base. And we still lost top tower.
Gonna be able to pick up first brick here as well.
Okay, Nesquik. Okay.
Great little pickup there as
Okay, not bad. Does Ezreal do damage to bot tower? How much damage?
Out of the situation. Does have
Saya might run bot now.
flash.
Oh,
So
get it,
getting
boy.
that
Yeah,
final
Carzy
round
gets bot
very,
tower.
very
Huge.
important. Something that I've
No
spoken
TP on
about
Jax.
many times.
Nice, Carzy.
As Carzy be able to take down the turret on the bottom side
Okay.
of the map. And the lane
We're good, we're good.
economy
Yo, chill
snapshot
out.
provided by MasterCard is going to show us things going well. For C9
Some saying
outside
huge
of
cope.
some
Hey, yo, if they last
mid lane.
another minute,
Otherwise it is
they're already breaking records.
And this is exactly the same combo they used earlier, right? The trio of Blabber, Fudge, and Sven. And for Chasey, even with the sustain that Gwen has, there just isn't really enough you can do. They don't even really need to rely on Sven tanking, right? Fudge is able to take a few hits, then drop out. The Ignite not going to be enough. Riftmaker is now done. I was kind of wondering if we're going to see any of the Rocket Belt, Gwen, which also has been a really popular build, but instead it will just be the classic Riftmaker.
Muted? What do you mean
really
muted?
Strong in the 1v1 and makes Gwen feel like a real champion, able to win these longer fights and make those, you know,
40
iconic
seconds.
1v multiple people Gwen plays where...
Here it comes. I know the 1647 OMEs are ready to fly.
I'm wondering when we're going to see the Akali answer.
Okay, we got Herald.
Top side of the map. I know a lot of top laners have been playing a heck of a lot of Akali.
We got Herald. We're losing bot tier 1. We have no push in top. We're losing Drake. Come on, team. We're going to wake the fuck up. We're going to wake the fuck up. We're going to push top. Yeah, we're going to push top. I think C9 can fast push mid and move to bot tier 2 with Talia ult, no? Before Drake start. And then they can't.
Information. Sven's not going to be there, but still Fudge is going to be able to take this one down. So 1 to 2.
Are we fighting Drake? We need to catch bot. Are we heralding mid? We're heralding mid, and we're hitting top. Jax could TP top, but then he's gonna... Then we get Drake, so let them TP top. Alistar no combo, Talia no W. Herald is gonna crash, right? Mama. Okay, we're getting top tower. Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Starting to see Matt actually pick up some standing gold on the map.
Okay, not bad.
These objectives, making sure that
Now let's fight Drake. Thoughts? Thoughts and feelings. Feelings and thoughts. Can we get a vibe check for the Drake fight? I think fight it. Gwen's gonna get level 11 on bot wave. Nesquix can match Jax. And it's gone. We win those?
Niski's gonna have to flash. Fudge is gonna flash immediately after him as well. Blastcone, he wants to get over and he'll find it! Beautifully solo killed by Fudge. Locks down the Syndra, and the Jax is only gonna get worse from here.
Gold is useless anyway. Like, what, 1k gold? What are you gonna buy, a Kindle gem? Oh no, 200 HP or something? Wow, that's gonna cost us a fight. 1k gold, trash, overrated. So why are we walking back up without E?
The moment that you know you're in a long lane alone, I think some of the members of Mad actually being spotted.
How OP is Jax actually? What the fuck is that?
You're never getting away from that Jax.
Yep. Beautifully played.
Alright, what else we got cooking? We're getting a Rabadon's cooking. Nice. Ezreal's getting close to his Muramana. Perfect.
Success after success. Chasey though,
Yeah.
going to try and
Chronicler agrees.
in this bottom lane. Side lane pressure here for both of these teams is working out. And Blabber wanting to clear vision.
Good timing.
Yo-Yo wants to steal away this
We're catching
travel
top
back.
wave.
Seismic shot's gonna
We're-
pull it back. That is going to be Blabber locking that one down.
We're contesting red buff.
Yo-Yo actually takes a little bit of a journey as well. He will be alright. C9 just trying to keep themselves with
We get that mid tier
control
1, I think, by the way. We can get mid tier 1.
jungle.
Eventually.
Because of course the mid lane, it's sort of pseudo safety.
Get that board, Hilly. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No, the
very,
demons
very
took
low.
over. Oh,
Does come
fuck.
through. That is going to be all the CC and
I got it. That's fucking right.
Shove is going to work out, but Hillsang not
That's
gonna
fucking
dash
right.
through the rocks.
No.
Absolutely
That's
fantastic.
Hilly's ward. Okay, it's not your ward.
I'm fine.
Your wards are Hilly's wards.
No
Hilly's
bother.
wards are Hilly's
The
wards.
main
That's how it
thing, and I
works.
do think that this is another situation where you can claim that both teams have really good elements of scaling. I think that Ezreal, once he hits a certain point, can take over team fights. We have the Gwen, who, even though into the Jax, particularly with the Jax having a lead, I don't think you're
Mid tower!
excited about. Still is
Yes!
a really big team fight threat.
Big?
But for Mad, the execution
Now,
is a lot
map setup.
harder, right?
Well,
Because you
Mad
don't
has
have
to
the
fight
traditional
next Drake.
front line. You
Top
have
waves are pushed
Aljoya.
in.
Sure,
I like
the
what's happening
Bruiser
here. They're
will be able
covering bot
to
push out
take a little
because they can
bit of
afford to put
beating,
numbers
but
bot because they're not going to lose
particularly
any top.
the
Xante has
organization,
years to
right?
push.
Slayer, we have the Leandris as well.
But I
Divine
think
Sunderer isn't really going to provide
I think
you
Syndra
with
might have to
safety,
reset and catch top
Nisqy
soon.
and Karzi
Maybe
might
in
be
like a
looking
minute.
for, so it all comes
Oh,
down
I
to
pick.
the initial setup,
Pick'ems.
from
No.
Aljoya and
No.
Hylissang.
Also,
Whereas
where are
for
the Ocean
C9,
Drakes at? What
like
happened?
Sven and Amanus promote so much frontline and counter engage that if they're able to just keep Blabber and Berserker safe, I think it's going to be hard for Matt. Now, Matt's vision control, though, has been really, really good, and I think that
He's
is pivotal
ulting to
as
cancel his base.
We was told to stop the
Why?
base.
Yeah, a little cancel.
It's going to work out. We do have Baron spawning in 3 seconds.
You're
time.
so
Don't think
annoying.
Anyone's going to head over there just yet. It's Chasey's still demanding some respect.
We have
here
two
from
really
Fudge.
good pink
Will
wards.
lead
One of
this
them's about
way
to die
out
on top tribush, but there's
of
one
what could have
pink
been a
ward
precarious
on
situation. Things as far as
C9's
CS
blue
concerned,
area,
very,
which
very
is
close between the two
completely
top
broken.
laners. Outside of that,
Very
Fudge
good
with the
pink ward.
extra kill, so still feeling all right as
Okay,
the
we're in
Jazz,
time to catch
not
top
wanting
wave.
to
Nice.
take any risks. Didn't have full information.
We're resetting
wanting to
bot
give
with deep
away
vision.
anything
Nice. Muramana
As M&S
is almost finished.
Just, spend
Nice.
some time
Rabadons
towards
is
that
soon
top
built.
side. But
Nice.
I want to go back to what you were talking
I
about
think
as far as
Matt can start the
setting
fight
stakes
soon.
for what's going to happen later in
Give
this
them a bit of
game.
time,
'Cause this looks like a very
and Matt can start the fight.
quintessential C9 composition of it's all right, Berserker, you do your thing. We'll get
I
in
mean,
the
they
front,
lasted
cause
4
a
minutes
ruckus,
longer already.
you
This is
kill
great.
everyone. And that could just be what happens as we get later and later in this game. Mad's going to have to really focus on eliminating the Xayah. A thing that can be difficult, given the safety that Featherstorm provides.
I think you see some in the building as well. Blabber going for Rylai seconds. Obviously, Talia, I think, applies it very well, but it's also another extra angle of safety. The slow combined with the normal peel that you can provide for yourself, but also for Berserker.
Rabadon's complete. Nice.
Is something that is
And we're getting
might
close
have
to
rely on
Muramana.
too. Now, Matt's vision control, again, I think, goes really deep. And I'm hoping that they can deny the dragon stacking. Because if Matt start picking up a couple of Infernal Drakes, it really tilts
50 seconds on Drake.
I think the ease of execution, because
Might have
if you just
mid
press
push.
your buttons
Need to
on
get mid push on
someone,
the
they
next
will
wave
die.
though. There's a ward
Right? If
behind
you
them
get enough
on
AD,
mid wave.
if you get enough AD,
The Jax could TP2 if they get engaged on by
even,
Alistar flash
especially if
combo.
you're actually able to get an Infernal
Ezreal no
proper,
E. Maybe they're trying to get Talia flash. They missed absolutely everything. Okay, sure.
He will say, you don't have
We need to start hitting some poke.
much like we saw.
We need to start chunking them out a bit.
low. I wonder if C9 want to set up a situation where they're like, okay, Matt, you go for the dragon. We don't care. It's only a single dragon.
We need
for
to start
you.
chunking them
And
out.
then we just
Jax has
rush
TP
back.
wards as well.
Yeah,
Oh, putain.
which is up, and they have, you know, Leandris to Leah. They have a Xayah that's sitting on 2 items, Quick Blades and Kraken Slayer both done.
This
so
positioning is really
they're definitely
weird.
going to get shredded very, very
Ezreal needs that Muramana finished.
This mask also completed here for MS. So He's going to be doing a lot of work. If
Oh,
MS can get himself in there. And of course, Talia as the solo source of magic damage. It's not going to be a lot of magic resist built this game.
It also works both ways, because I think that Mad actually are pretty reliant on their magic damage
Nails.
for a lot of their bursts. And
Can we start
sustain
chunking out this
damage.
Alistar,
Obviously,
please?
it's
This
gonna
guy
be
should be
burst,
half
but
HP before he combos in.
M&S with Abyssal and Berg Treads, I think can just keep stacking these resistances.
Oi, 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 oi. Nice flash by
Flash
Nisqy.
in response. Good reaction there from the Mad mid laner to get himself out of the way. Weaver's Wall going to come through here. It's in trade. For that
Alistar,
one,
no
the
flash.
does come through here from Sven,
Yo, yeah,
who
tanks
wants
those.
to make a fight out of
Alistar is
this.
low. Nice, Alistar is
Actually
chunked.
ulted just yet and is
Actually,
now
good
looking
situation for
potentially
Mad.
go for a reset, get the health back.
Nice
Just
poke.
take the trade. They've got Flash and Ghost out of Kazi.
Good situation. Start
Very
Dragon.
favorable for C9.
Now be careful, they can rush Nash.
Much better from that. They have control
No, they
of the
can't.
river.
Alistar's gonna
They
cancel
will
on this
be
reset.
able
Nice.
to deny the dragon
No Baron
stacking,
rush.
not
Nice.
allowing
Perfect.
C9 to
Hey, we're
become
chilling.
a soul
Easy
point
clap. Let's do that
20
again.
minutes into the
They
game.
can't get in range of
Put
us. They
themselves,
can't.
so
Just keep them at the
in the
arm's
short
length.
term, a favorable trade for Mad. We'll see if C9 is able to maybe go for an aggressive Baron play and then use the fact that Nisqy and Karzi don't have flash available. I actually like this. I think playing
Oh my god, they got
aggressively
the Baron rush
in this
going.
way is great. That ward, though, not blocked by the pink, I think. Or, actually,
They don't know that there's a pink on top of the ward, so that Mad have vision. It's the Hilly classic. He always does this, but they're gonna get it anyway. But it's still really cool.
Chasing now, looking for the needlework here on the M&S. This is the matchup that he wanted in the first
Oh,
place.
for
But of course,
fuck's sakes,
Casante's got
bruv.
the dash. He'll get
Ah,
himself back. It's just doing Jax things in the bottom lane. Oh dear man, they deny the dragon stacking with the Baron stacking, Chronicler.
I hate this game.
Now it's feeling good.
What are we doing? Are we doing anything? When are we gonna, like, are we awake? Are we there?
Actually contest that Baron pit. And the Red Bull Baron power play for C9 should be huge here. Fudge already picks up an inner. They have the buff on every single person. They didn't have to give up anything besides Blabber's Flash, which you're going to be very happy to pay. We'll see if they're able to really break open the map. Because Mad, I do think, do have a decent amount of ranged wave clear, but these outers definitely all going to fall. Already the mid outer that is still up, 100% going to get taken down here by Berserker and MNS.
Yeah, Hillsang was
fine.
looking for
It's
some
fine.
sort of follow-up angle. Niski not really close enough.
It's
doesn't
fine.
have Flash. So could be dangerous, absolutely. Chasey here towards his bottom side, just doing the Gwen things, but
It's fine. We
so
can win. We
much
can win. We
harder.
can win. We
It's
can win. We can win.
so snowbally.
We can win.
You
Wait, the
have
toilet guy is here? Yo,
one-for-one
toilet guy, get the fuck back in the
compositions
toilet.
pitted
Stop
against
watching.
one another. As soon as one of
The
these
second you show up, they get
side
Nash.
laners gets
Piss
the
off.
advantage, it puts on way more pressure. See whether Mad can find themselves some team fights, get themselves back into this one. Of course, Jax and Gwen, both great team fighters as well. But with the fact that
Get
Fudge
outta
has
here.
this edge, especially with the Baron, can really be a worry. And like you were talking about, the Red Bull Baron power play sitting at 2.2k.
Red Bull Baron power schmauer play. Who cares? Come on.
Yeah. Power plays
Hold the
concerned.
waves. Hold the waves. Defend. Defend and scale.
End up winning the game, but what I think has been a consistent trend.
Get Void Staff, Niski. Please buy Void Staff next. Please.
Is that even though Mad
Don't
are
buy
making
don't buy
plays,
needless.
right, they're
Okay,
trading
nice.
aggressively, in the long term, a lot of
Carzy
those
gets the
plays
real
still
does. Get
favor
some
C9, really
penetration
the
ready.
CS leads, right? Even with the early ganks,
They're not doing
pressure
nothing with this
trying
Baron.
to put
40
up.
seconds left. Little bros don't know what a tier 2 is.
Absorbs it,
We're doing
flashes
fine.
Is okay. Fudge, yes, he gets taken down by Oyoya with a really nice early
We're chilling.
flag and drag gank. But then by the end of it, C9 just
What are we
going
doing?
hard. Sven goes to top twice.
No, this
and
guy
they're
is no
completely fine.
flash.
Well, Scatter the Weak does come through.
Oh
There's a headbutt ball, though.
my
Still, he's not
God.
scared as
Can
they
someone
have the
be-
seismic
get some
shot.
balls?
Yoya, but
Someone
gets
hit them.
out of the way. Keeps the cow alive there with the ultimate, but now Fudge has found the backline, the quickness, and the grand entrance
there
having
goes
to be used
mid
by
tier two.
Hilly. Get himself out of
It's okay.
dodge, but still,
Oh, maybe you can hold it?
pushing. They are not stopping.
Maybe lose top tier
With
2.
this Baron,
Oh my
Star
god, we're
is
gonna
not
lose mid and
looking
top tier
long
2.
for the world, and Sven still just fine. The Unbreakable will working out so beautifully, and Blabby just heads towards the top lane. They are taking everything from Matt.
And for Mad, not a lot
Mad's
of
our
options
fourth seed,
remain at this point
technically.
in time, right? C9 in full control, very straightforward teamfight composition. And it's again, yes, Aoyoya gets out, but he has to invest his flash. He has to, together with the rest of his team, disengage. And as a result, C9 picks up a turret, and now the gold lead, 5k.
I hope
Definitely a
if Mad
very,
lose this, they
very
draw
sizable
TL.
one. Sven,
And then they
very,
redeem
I
themselves.
think,
But
impactful on
they're gonna
this
get...
Alistar.
No, actually, just stop it. Matt, let's stop playing against NA. Stop it. Just lose to Korean teams quickly, and then we can say, you know, well, it's not our best team, but Korea's really good. Why are we playing against NA teams? Now we look shit. Now we actually look like now we're exposed. Stop drawing NA. Leave it to G2. Fuck. Just get blasted by KT or something. Then we can at least cope. How am I supposed to cope? What am I supposed to say? We got Cyril does. It's winnable. Right. Dragons in 30. Can we get Void Staff before Baron? Then we're fine. Can we get Void Staff before Baron? Why is Papa Smithy in the chat saying stay mad? Oh, I see what you did there.
The win rate for teams that pick up Baron
no,
is
I'd rather
0%.
okay.
So let
Teleport
that
from
prove.
Fudge.
Oh my god, they're TPing behind.
Teleport,
Here's the
look
Jax
at
TP I was talking
spotted.
about.
Yeah,
He's on a ward though.
however, his position
And
is
Nesquik has
still
flash.
good. As Mad
Sven
are
has...
gonna try and get themselves out of the way. There's a
Hey, they're
headbutt.
flashing on my Rakan. We can win, maybe.
Gets himself out of the way. It's not really the target that they want. The needlework now being put forward, but the stopwatch going to be utilized here by Fudge beautifully to keep him alive. But there's a lot of
Alistar just flash
resources
headbutted a
used by
Rakan.
C9.
We'll
What
see
the hell?
opportunity for Mad if they can get to 2 dragons. Maybe try and punish the indecision there from C9, right? The moment you know you're spotted, doesn't end up working
You're
out. The
so
wall,
annoying
it's
with
gonna
your
be enough
walls,
to give
NA.
away. It looks like it is.
Yeah, it is. Flag not going to do enough damage to contest the smite as Hillsang
Niski.
takes a bit of damage here as well. And M&S just going to be able to press that W. CC not something
okay, it's
to
okay.
worry
Catch
about.
waves, catch
Kazi
waves.
is
Get
going
Void
to be
Stick.
pressing that E forward, a dangerous move. But not going to be able to find any of his targets either.
Come
So
on, come
Mad
on, come on.
Just have to watch as Soul Point goes over.
I bet like the
towards
SEA
C9.
gang, the OCE gang, all of you guys are just watching in chat, just seeing like these two regions just battle it out like degenerates, and you're like, look at those noobs.
We're approaching even larger gold advantages here for C9, and if that
Oh yeah,
Infernal
OC is
Soul
cheering
comes
for Fudge.
through,
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's looking pretty dicey.
Very much so. And
Wait, Nesquik's going for the Flame Horizon. What the hell? Okay. Okay, Nesquik.
Able to be the one that is on the offensive.
I see you, I see you.
Able to do that in specifically a 2v2 skirmish 3v3 sense. When it comes to the team fights, feels like it's C9 that's pulling the trigger.
Maybe you should go over there.
Every single time. It's Blabber getting a catch, it's Sven going in, and even though the last engage didn't quite end up working out, Dragon still goes over to C9, so I don't think it's going to be too sad to cancel.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get cancelled. Seismic shot's going to come through, and I guess you can just engage on a Hylissang if he's that far up. And C9 now with a 5v4 advantage.
So when does Matt play?
Has just returned to the Rift. They're going to look to grab their second, and that might be the final nail in the coffin for Mad. And it's going to be another engage. They have to push Elyoya away. Not going to be able to flag Dragon.
Ah, Cassante.
Steal that one as M&S. He's also able to keep
Carzy.
himself alive. Carzy going to push forward one more time.
Carzy.
Looking for it, but Berserker's just flashing after him. The seismic shots. They've been amazing this game from Blabber. That's going to mean that
Oh
can't
my
do
god, we
anything.
lost.
And Chasey just wondering why his kill feed's just red as he's dealing with an inner turret.
And C9 looking to take a decisive victory here. Slow and steady. If I think Sven again having a wonderful performance.
It's fine, it's fine. NA, come on, flame me on Twitter, say, yeah, we're so good, NA's the best, look at us, we almost beat T1, we took down Mad, wow. You're so good. I'm so excited for NA. Yeah.
Has been taken. North America in their first showing here in the Swiss stage against the what is it again?
LEC, EMEA.
Yeah, let's go with the LEC. They're going to be able to take them
What did
down
Atlas
to
just do?
LCS.
They're against the, what are they called? The EMEA.
And best of ones are inherently volatile, but after the first two, I gotta say, LCS, not looking too bad.
Not looking too bad at all. I mean, it was almost
Take
TL
this
taking
win
down
as a
T1.
gift from
And
EU.
now it is C9 giving hugs to Niski as well, of course, formerly with C9. They are going to move to 1-0. You already said how incredibly important it is to find those advantages, find those one wins in these very volatile.
No, I don't want more. I don't know what to tweet. I just want to tweet. Fuck sakes, I'm fucking pissed. Fuck sakes, Mad. What are you doing?
Their first W here at Worlds.
Stop atting me on Twitter.
Again, it means that you are going to get seated against one of the powerhouse of
Stop
the tournament.
atting me
Might
on
end up
Twitter.
Playing a JDG, right, the tournament favorite in your next one, but it builds so much more safety. It builds the momentum. That
Stop
I think
atting me on
particularly
Twitter.
in Swiss are so important.
And I have a feeling that Kobe and Jat want to start a bit of a conversation over on the desk. So let's throw it over to Sharks to see what these North American representatives
What is
do.
Vedius doing?
Well,
He doesn't even have his headset on.
He's going to join us because he's too
Benny showed up.
embarrassed.
Just in time, Benny
Just
showed
in
up.
time.
What's up?
What's
Unlike
going on?
Mad Lions.
Did you want to avoid the scrutiny of what's going
They
on?
didn't do anything. I'm very disappointed. It's 1-6 versus NA now.
See, that's why you didn't want to join. Anyway, on the other side of the coin, though,
Okay, I have one thing to
wanna
tweet.
Almost say, expertly
I have one
done
thing
in
to
terms
tweet.
Of the macro, right? Making sure that
That's
you
all I'm
don't
tweeting.
really give Matt a chance to pull out those team fights and just play to map Jat.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
was initially a little bit worried.
Stop
when I
atting
saw
me!
the win because I didn't feel like there was a great entrance for team fights for Cloud9. But then, as you say, the game really wasn't about team fights. Blabber was 30, 40 CS up pretty much the entire
Bro,
game.
what is this?
They consistently
I tweet
found
and then,
picks,
bro,
and they
fuck
always
off.
had the first setup for the
Stop
objective.
it.
So this
Yo,
was,
stop
like,
it.
the least stressful NA versus
What
EU
even
win
is
ever.
that,
Kobe-
man?
Yeah, so
Still.
I actually started laughing so hard in the control
Fuck
room
off.
when we saw the flash blown from Blabber. Elyoya invades, blows his flash, but I'm laughing because I know Blabber will happily trade his life for double scuttle crab. That's a flash. That's a bargain. That's a deal. He was so far ahead off that it was too.
All right,
extra
fine,
time
chat,
worth
fine,
for
I'll
Elyoya
do
to
it.
Go for that invade
I'll
and,
do it.
You know, try and surprise him there. But really, one of the like unsurprising little things was kind of the bait play on bottom side that led into these dragons.
Just
that
for
Cloud9
NA,
was
they
able to
won.
utilize
Fine,
the
I'll eat
sacrifice.
some
But Carzy did
McDonald's.
a
Stop
classic
asking.
So I have to whinge about
All right.
the draft.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Whinge.
so
Who plays next?
Yeah, what's
so
I know
whinge,
what whinge
whinge is a
means.
British word for complain. I
Okay,
think
let's go.
the thing that I think is really smart from Cloud9, I thought they were actually going to
What?
ban Jace or
What?
Gwen in the second
I'm
rotation
celebrating
after
for
banning
NA.
Rumble. They banned Ahri, which I think was a really great read from them, because when we look at what Mad wanted to do, they have early rotation Jarvan, and they wanted a mid laner that had agency. We talked earlier about how Niski, his identity is very much about getting out on the map.
Wow.
Ahri plus Jarvan is a fantastic mid-jungle duo that gives you so much control in the early game.
Why
Going
is
for
there
Syndra and then
100
nullifying the matchup with the
and 22
K'Sante in the
comments?
mid,
What are you guys
C9
doing?
pretty much mitigated any early game options that Mad really had. Their only plays were through topside, where they found a couple of ganks, but outside of that, Mad had no ability to build any early game lead. And I think that C9 just had a great read on what Mad wanted to do. They adapted well in the draft.
What
They
the fuck
played
is
the
a
game
kilometer?
patiently like they needed to do, eventually outscaling and dominating Mad.
Yeah, there's barely any notes, it seems like.
Good job. I mean, really, Cloud9, they're at the same tier as T1 at the moment.
Oh my
Like, they did both win their first game.
Actually, their win was cleaner.
And I'd say Cloud9 is better than TL, so if they play in the next round, it's really not that bad, right?
Yeah.
Is being in the 1-0
What the
bracket
fuck?
a blessing and a curse? Because then you're going to have to
Why did he
play
tweet that?
against
Yeah.
Yes.
some other 1-0 teams.
Yes, it
and-
is.
Actually,
That's actually
nothing's
really
positive, but
toxic.
this
What
is
the fuck,
positive.
Jojo?
It was a beautiful win. Let's take a look at some of the top dives. You know, we didn't get to spend that much time talking about top lane before Kobe, but C9 clearly did.
So these were some of the few plays
Look at Captain
that
Flowers'
we did
tweet.
see in the early game, and I had a magnifying glass on Sven specifically with these melee supports in our pregame with the Alistar, with the Rakan, with the Rail possibilities, and although the dives
That's a five-knuckle
were
fist,
successful
baby,
both
I'm
times
telling
that they
you
sent
what.
jungle plus support up here for Fudge, even though a couple times, Fudge stays after.
That's a
one extra
five-knuckle
kill. They
fist,
snowball
baby, I'm
so much
telling
off
you
of getting
what.
the top tower,
Bro, how
first
much
tower
fucking
down,
whiskey is this
getting
guy
back
drinking?
To be able to rotate again and swap that lane. That allows them this counterplay where then having two dragons stacked, they can throw it away, even though they back off and give up their dragon stacking, rush down the Baron.
I was upset with Mad.
It wasn't the Mad that we know, right?
I mean, what? So
we know love and hate.
yeah, it's one of those things. The first thing I said to you in the game was, oh, they're actually attacking top. When we think back to spring, playing through Chasey was how they won a split throughout the year. So I thought, okay, this makes sense. Get the Gwen ahead, make her an unstoppable force on the side.
It's
lane.
okay.
This is great.
Now it's
But
time for the
as you
break.
rightly said,
Gen G
credit to
versus
Sven
Gam.
because he really
That's
did
gonna be an
pick great
absolute
windows
fist of a
working
show.
with Blabber, and the
But
fact that
then,
Blabber just kept
we're
power
back on
farming
track.
onto Talia, they had a
Because then it's
fantastic game,
BDS
and
beating
really what was
JG,
beautiful was the way they played around
which is
that
gonna be
initial
pretty.
Baron. Like,
It's gonna be
they
great.
caught- They caught Mad completely off guard with this play.
Yeah, and every second counts, and thanks to the reliable Cisco network, C9 get the perfect setup for that first Baron gen.
Yeah, and this was about after C9 gave up the Drake. So Matt is really happy because this is going to put them to Soul Point. Cloud9 had got the first two Drakes, and that's a little bit of relief when you're Mad Lions. You think, okay, we got the Drake, nothing bad has happened, let's reset, get back on the map. But Cloud9 knows they have very high Baron damage.
Let's
They
see what
know
the
they have a
analyst desk
control
has to
ward
say.
already on the Baron, so they're basically thinking that this is clean, and they just take it. And they because they have good vision coverage, this swings them ahead in goal.
So the beautiful thing about this is just that you need. It's
Okay,
like a
Mad,
great
let's speed
awareness
run to
of
airport
exactly how
again.
much damage you need because there's no way for Mad to respond. And
Did Mad
what
really
makes it
just do
even
nothing
better
and react to
is
every
I
play?
hope we
Yeah.
get a pan over to the bot
Mad
side of the
fell
map
for the
as
Ezreal
well,
trap.
because they only
Mad's
commit
game
3
plan,
members
do nothing,
here,
lose.
Which means that as Mad tried to get something
Niski
back,
is
take
now
a couple
1 and
Barons
18
away.
all time
You've
in
got
international
Fudge just
competition
pushing
against
bot
major
with a
regions.
now Baron
What?
buff Up minion wave, fully stacked. They've just committed a TP
That's
elsewhere, so
fake.
he also gets
Oh,
the
against
tier 2 in the
major
bot lane.
regions.
Just a really great response from Cloud9 and nothing
What?
but positive comments for them coming in.
I would be a little bit of a strict parent and have
No
a
way.
slightly negative comment here is that work on the timing for the Blade Caller Smite combo. That was
It's a little
pretty
close.
It was
It's a little
pretty
close.
distinct. I was like, we got it. It's fine.
It's a practice run. It was a
but
practice run.
Comboing those abilities for Baron Securus is going to be really important because we've seen so many flips. And, if the Syndra Scout of the Week or something steals that, then we have a bit of a different analyst set going.
True, very different.
Let me
I want to check something on the replay.
I'm hoping that they can deny the dragon stacking, because if
Something was really sussy.
here
The Zaya feathers were
Get
sussy.
himself out of here. The counter-strike doesn't quite
I'm not gonna complain, but
baited by Blabber. But unfortunately,
watch these feathers. Maybe I didn't see it properly.
seismic
Let's see.
shove has to land if he's going to make that one work. True shot barrage connects out of the way, and he does
How many feathers on the ground? 2, right?
so beautifully.
this is
Seismic
queuing?
shove has
I thought the feathers expired.
to land if
Actually.
he's going to make that one work.
Yeah,
True
okay,
shot
fair
barrage
enough.
connects.
We're allowed.
He's the strongest member
I thought the
on
feathers
map,
expired.
And he was there when he needed to be. So they enabled him as best as they could, and
My
then just
bad.
played smartly around.
Yo, VAR, goal given, okay? Yeah, chill out.
With the champion is so good right now. If you can power farm, and having M&S play his Cassante mid, which he's played tons of games on, allowed them that kind of pivot point from mid. You know, getting that first rift trail. Also
given.
super,
Chill
super
out.
big in getting him ahead.
NA's first 2 games have looked good. I'll give them that shot.
I agree.
NA has looked good so far in this
Good
tournament.
start. This is a good start.
Thank goodness we
amazing
don't count
start.
those Golden Guardian ones that were not
That
part of
wasn't Worlds.
We don't count them. Yeah, but we can't overstate it enough how important it is to get that first victory. Really, really big deal for Cloud9.
Golden
and
Guardians,
Immaculate Play.
Keck.
We're also going to talk to Blabber. That'll be after the break, so hang around.
Golden Guardians, Omega Keck.
Immediately back away, did have that ward there, but leap striked a little bit early. That is going to be the flash to follow up. Still gets the knock up, and that is first blood with the last tick of Ignite for JC.
Yeah, no, my bad. I need help. Go for it. Get the bucky walk. Yep. Oh, he's dead actually. Nice. Really good, Dragon.
As Niski's going to have to flash. Fudge is going to flash immediately after him as well. Blastcone, he wants to get over and he'll find it. And as M&S, he's also able to keep himself
All right,
alive. Kazi gonna
change the
push forward
title.
one more time as Elyoya.
Gam is about to roll
Berserker's just flashing
and
up
smoke.
with the seismic shots. They've been amazing this game from Blabber. That's going to be
I hope
Elyoya
T1 draws
can't do
C9.
anything.
Maybe I can do the pick'ems quickly. Maybe I can do the pick'ems. Genji versus Gam. Did I bet? Yeah, I bet Genji. G2 versus Damwon. G2 easy win. NRG Weibo. Not even close. Fnatic LNG. EU Faithful. BLG KT. BLG Bang. No! Hey, don't open the website. I almost finished. Yo! Stop opening the website. I almost got my bets in. You fuckers.